I was gifted an arc of this by the author, and because I enjoyed it so much, I wanted to feature it here. Hi guys, today I'm going to be talking about Steel Hand Cold Heart by Rachel Menard. So Steel Hand Cold Heart is the story of a young girl, I think she's 16 or 17, who has just been on her first raid as one of the Viking warriors, Hel's daughters. So this is a fantasy land heavily inspired by the Nordic mythology, and these are kind of brutal female-led warriors who kind of give up their right hand in effect in order to be better fighters. So instead of having hands, they have one hand which is encased in a steel claws or metal plate. Obviously this comes with its own problems, including the fact that it is literally burnt into their skin, but the society is entirely led by female warriors, and the men kind of serve them by being farmers, and then there are also people who have failed their trial and failed to become Hel's daughters, who then are grotesquely injured and serve the daughters with missing limbs. It is a very kind of like morbid society. They literally have a deal, or they believe they have a deal, it's hard to tell, with Hel, the goddess of death, and the ruler of the underworld, sorry, her name is Hel, that if they go out on raids and kill the same number of people as they have living on their island, then they will not be killed that year. If, however, they fail to do this for whatever reason, then the number between the number of people they killed and the number of people who live on the island will be lessened. Our main character is, as I said, is a recently graduated warrior. She goes on her first raid. She fails to kill someone and is discovered not killing them by her mentor. And when that person is killed, she takes their stone. Now, this stone appears to be very valuable, but while she is kind of tempted to find out the value of it, she is kidnapped and stolen on a ship. Now, this all happens in the first 2 chapters. No spoilers, don't worry. I definitely recommend checking this book out if you're looking for kind of a atypical strong girl. So she is strong and she is a warrior, but she's not kind of like so good that she could beat like 15 people. She is very calculated with when and where she strikes and why she isn't striking, and you kind of get to see into her mind a lot. So she isn't a typical female kind of fantasy character, at least in my opinion. She is very vulnerable to certain things, and it's clear that her motivations and her character grow and change as we read through the book. I really enjoyed this. I kind of wish there was a sequel because I want to know what happens after the ending. It's kind of very clear what's going to happen, but I want to see it with my own eyes. But yes, I definitely recommend this book for anyone who's looking for a kind of like a more fantasy-inspired Nordic retelling of, it's not a retelling, Nordic kind of tale of kind of strong shield maidens and different kind of political entities battle out on small scale. It's a very small scale, but it is a wonderfully well thought out fantasy book, and I definitely recommend picking up a copy when it releases. It's definitely not a romance, although there is a kind of like romantic undertone to one of these side characters. It deals with some quite hard topics, but I think it kind of deals with them in a quite nice way. It deals with being a foreigner in a kind of like a land of people who all look the same. It deals with having a different kind of approach to life than those around you. It deals with child brutality, but it does it in such a way that you feel for the characters that are experiencing this, and you understand why they are acting in a certain way without being like horrified. It's not a gruesome description of what is happening to them. So I definitely recommend checking it out. I gave it a 4 out of 5 stars. It lacked the sparkle of A City of Brass for me, but that doesn't mean that you will feel the same way. I really enjoyed these characters. Like, honestly, they came to life for me, and just wanted to see what was going to happen. Hope you guys have an amazing week. I publish videos on Tuesdays, Fridays, and Sundays. Tuesdays are vlogs are little videos like this, very short, that talk about why I would recommend a book and to who I would recommend it. Fridays are more generic tags, wrap-ups, TBRs, that kind of thing. And Sundays are reading vlogs. If you like this video, hit like. If you want to see more from me, hit subscribe. You know the drill. I'm sure you don't need me to explain to you how YouTube works. You're here. Please leave a like and comment down below if you've had a chance to read this one yet. It is obviously kind of a smaller audience than some of the big publishing house arcs, because it is an indie book as far as I know, but I really enjoyed it. So yeah, that is it, and I will see you guys